They said I'd never get out alive, but I risked everything to save my family. Original post, Cartel escape. I was never supposed to get out alive. For years, I ran with one of the most dangerous cartels in the country. Drugs, money, violence, it was all I knew. People I trusted turned on me more times than I can count, and the line between friend and enemy blurred until I couldn't tell the difference. But I wasn't in it for me. I got involved because of my family, my cousin, my sister, my uncle. They were caught in the crossfire of debts, threats, and cartel politics. I promised myself I'd protect them, even if it cost me everything. The last straw came when a cousin of mine got threatened over something I had no control over. That was it. I realized I had to get out, but leaving a cartel alive isn't like quitting a job. It takes planning, luck, and a willingness to burn every bridge behind you. I made it. Somehow. I'm free now, and my family is safe, but the scars, physical, mental, emotional, are still there. And the people I left behind. They won't forget me, and I'll never forget them. This is the story of how I escaped, why I risked everything, and how the people I love are the only reason I'm still breathing. Update 1: The escape plan. Leaving the cartel alive wasn't just difficult, it was near impossible. I knew that every move I made, every contact I trusted, could be my last. They had eyes everywhere, and loyalty meant nothing. Betrayal was currency. I spent weeks planning. I memorized every route out of town, every safe house, every weak point in the cartel's operations. My cousin's sister, my own blood, had been caught in the middle of one of their violent turf wars, and I couldn't let anything happen to her. My uncle, a man I respected, had already been warned once, if anything went wrong again, they wouldn't hesitate. One night, I made my move. My hands were shaking as I packed the essentials: money, a burner phone, anything that could help us vanish. The streets were empty, but I could feel the eyes watching. Every shadow felt alive. Every car passing by made my heart stop. When I finally reached the first checkpoint, a cartel-controlled intersection, I had to bluff my way past armed men who knew my face. My heart was pounding, and I nearly froze when one of them stepped forward, scanning my car. I gripped the wheel, pretending confidence, muttering a fake name I'd memorized. For a moment, time slowed. And then, with a nod, they let me pass. We weren't out of danger yet. My cousin's sister was hiding in a house across town. I drove like the devil was on my tail, because, in a way, he was. Every turn I made, every street I cut through, I could hear the distant roar of motorcycles. They were tracking us. By dawn, I reached the safe house. Tears welled up in my eyes when I saw them, safe, scared, but alive. I held them close, promising myself that no matter what, I would get them out of this nightmare. But I knew the cartel wouldn't let go easily. They'd find us eventually. Every phone call, every knock at the door, could be the moment our lives ended. The tension was suffocating. Every sound made me jump. Every shadow made me flinch. I couldn't trust anyone. Yet in that small, rented house, I finally allowed myself a brief moment of relief. We were together. And for tonight, that was enough. But I knew tomorrow, the real danger would start. Because escaping the cartel once doesn't guarantee freedom forever, it just guarantees the next battle. Update 2: Freedom at last. Days turned into weeks, and every moment felt like walking on a knife's edge. I couldn't let my family leave the safe house, every trip outside was a risk. But slowly, carefully, we began to make moves that would finally put the cartel behind us. I reached out to trusted contacts far from the city, people who owed favors, people who had once been on the other side but respected the code. Every connection mattered. Every whispered conversation was a lifeline. Finally, the night came. We loaded our few belongings into a van, hearts racing, adrenaline coursing through our veins. I drove through backroads, abandoned highways, and hidden routes I'd memorized. The fear was constant, but so was determination. For my cousin's sister, for my uncle, for my family, we had to make it. Hours later, we crossed into a different state, one where the cartel had no influence. I looked in the rearview mirror, half expecting to see motorcycles behind us, but there was nothing. Silence. Freedom. We settled in a quiet town far from everything we knew. I found work, rebuilt a life, and slowly, cautiously, allowed my family to breathe again. My cousin's sister went back to school, my uncle found peace away from the chaos, and my wife, who had stood by me through every terrifying step, finally smiled without fear. One evening, as we sat together on our small porch, I realized something profound: we were alive. Safe. Together. We had escaped death, danger, and despair. The cartel was behind us, our past locked in memories we wouldn't forget but wouldn't let control us. Tears welled up in my eyes as my cousin's sister hugged me tightly. "We made it," she whispered. "Yes," I said, my voice trembling but steady. "We made it. And nothing will ever take this away from us again." For the first time in years, I felt the weight lift. Freedom was ours. Hard-earned, bloody, terrifying, but ours. And for my family, that was everything.